Begin with some big travel headaches today for Via Rail passengers. An ongoing winter storm has the rail line canceling various trips today, and that's been putting the brakes on people's holiday plans. Via Rail says extreme weather conditions have led to various cancellations for the day. Now, part of the trouble began when a tree fell onto a train near Cobourg, Ontario, that's east of Toronto, with passengers stuck on that train for upwards of 18 hours. Transport Minister Omar Al-Gabra weighed in, saying, "The current situation with Via Rail is unacceptable, and we are in contact with them to resolve all issues safely and effectively." Let's join one of the passengers who was stuck on that train now, Peter Duvnjak, joining us now safely at his destination. I'm sure very relieved to be there. Peter, thanks for taking a couple of minutes for us.
Thanks for having me, Tony.
You know, for those people who don't know, this is typically about a 5-hour train trip on Via Rail from Ottawa to Toronto, but I understand it took you a lot longer than that.
Upwards of 20 hours.
20 hours. And what was that moment like when, the tree fell onto the train at Cobourg? Sort of, if you could just walk us through that and describe what happened.
Yeah, so it surprisingly, when the tree fell on the train, it wasn't as big a thump as you'd think. So what we initially thought happened was that something fell off the drink cart, and we actually weren't aware that a tree had fallen right on top of actually where I was sitting until we were informed by the conductor that the tree had actually fallen onto their cabin first, smashed through their windshield, and as the train was stopping, landed on top of me. And just so you guys understand, like the train was really well lit inside, and we couldn't see anything outside because it was pitch black. So we had no idea what this tree looked like until the next day.
So was everybody okay, first of all? Wait a sec, Peter, this happened yesterday while you were still on the train?
Correct. This happened at 10:30 p.m.
And you only got to your destination a little while ago, right?
Correct. I got to my sister's place at 4 p.m. today.
Okay. So I'm looking at this picture. Was everybody okay?
Yeah, everyone was okay. Like I said, there was no damage to the interior of the cars where we were seated. I'm hearing that the windshield where the conductors were smashed, but they were okay as well.
That's good news. But take us through what the response was like to this. We can see what I believe to be some emergency responders in the photos here. What sort of communication were you getting from Via and from local emergency responders?
So I think that's the first issue I'd like to highlight is that there really was a lack of communication. We weren't made aware of what was happening or what was being done to address the situation frequently. Like every once in a while, I'd say maybe once every 2 hours, we'd hear that a potential solution has been found, and that would never come to fruition. And this would happen throughout the night, where we just get a little message, maybe 2 hours later, saying we found a solution, and then nothing would happen. And it was, and it got to the point where passengers were getting a little frustrated, and I could even hear some of the onboard staff also trying to call Via Rail to get some answers. I tried myself calling Via Rail at around 6 a.m. only to be notified that they're not taking calls till 7 a.m. Tried again at 7 a.m. And the lines were busy. I wasn't getting through. When I finally was able to get through, they weren't picking up. And at this time, I started to notice, the sun coming out, and I could see how big the tree that was leaning on our car was. And that kind of started getting me nervous. I was worried that other people might see this and start panicking, that, a solution might take a lot longer. And that's when I decided to call 911 just to see if there was, any action from first responders. Because throughout the night, I did not see any action occurring around that train. Wow. And that picture there with the service worker in the reflective gear, that was at 9 a.m. this morning.
Wow.
And when I called 911, they assured me that the rail police were on it, and they were actively looking into the situation. I let them know that, I have not seen any action outside my window. And I let them know that everyone on the train is doing pretty good, but, our patience was wearing thin.
I'll bet. And, obviously they're not going to let you get off the train and walk anywhere in the middle of this because that's, I'm sure, a safety issue as well. But what was Via doing for you on the train? What sort of service were they providing if they couldn't provide any answers?
So they were trying to provide water, coffee while it was available, and snacks, but those quickly ran out last night. We ran out of water early this morning, 6 a.m. ish. So they weren't able to provide water or any kind of food until our rescue train arrived at 11:30. Another situation that was kind of getting horrible was the washroom situations in our cars. They were becoming unusable as of this morning.
Do you have any final thoughts on what they could have done better in this situation? I mean, hopefully were they charging you for the food they were providing at the time?
No, they weren't charging me, and I don't think they were charging other passengers. So I think that's great. But I really think that they need to actively communicate with their staff and let their staff communicate with us so that we're fully aware of what's happening and what actions they're taking. And I think that's where Via Rail failed in this instance is I don't think they took any actions until this morning.
Okay. Peter Duvnjak, glad to see you safe at your destination just in time for Christmas, no less. What an ordeal, though. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks so much, Peter.
Thanks so much.